In 1932, in the tiny Texas town of Cross Plains, Robert E. Howard created Conan for Weird Tales magazine. Behind this iconic character is an interesting story, not about Conan, though an intriguing character all on his own, but about his author, Robert E. Howard. My book begins with Howard's parents and his formative years spent in and around various places in Texas, experiencing the state's people, which included former slaves and pioneers. Through his family's travels and the sordid people he encountered, Howard heard stories about former slaves and their experiences on plantations. Some of these stories included eerie tales about black magic and ghosts. He also heard stories about pioneers trying to survive in the wild, vast lands of the West and their struggles with the natives. These experiences and stories ultimately made Robert E. Howard the consummate pulp fiction writer of the 1920s and 30s. His characters were built around these early Texas experiences. Characters like the dueling Puritan Solomon Kane, the magnificent Kull of Atlantis, the barbarian Pict, Bran McMorn, and his most iconic character, Conan of Samaria, are all infused with the same wandering spirit and wild adventures Howard experienced as a young person. Renegades and Rogues takes an in-depth look at Robert E. Howard's short 12-year writing career. Robert E. Howard was a pioneer in Texas writing, especially in the fantasy fiction genre. However, his writing career was cut short after he took his own life in 1936, but his characters lived on, becoming icons in various media platforms such as films, comic books, board games, video games, and amassing a huge fan base across the globe.